Alright guys, another Saturday video. We are going to do plenty of stuff today, okay? We will take a look at some of our latest figurines that have been added to our collection. We'll be taking a look at plenty of minifigures. At the same time, I will show you the larger figure which are equivalent to them, okay? We'll open this concavenator because the one that I have is already damaged. We'll open some of these eggs right here as well, so let's get started. Alright guys, so let's begin by taking a look at this Hammond collection concavenator. I already have this figure, but the one that I have, it has a damaged jaw. So what I'm going to do is basically to open a new one and replace the older one. Of course, we can do a repaint of it, which will be pretty cool. Okay, so let's get this out of the box right now. Alright, so let's get the figure out from this plastic case first. It's not going to be easy, I think. Alright, and now for the tail. And let's assemble this figure. Okay, firstly, I need to check whether the jaw is able to close. Oh, this is actually fine. You know, for the one that I have, it actually can close, so this is definitely a better one, that's for sure. I can actually fix this one right now. Alright, so let's pop in the tail. Okay. You have to align it properly, like this. Okay, it snaps in pretty easily. So this is basically the concavenator. Hammond collection concavenator. It was actually one of the very first few Hammond collection figures. Okay, this figure is actually very good, way better than my previous one. The articulation is way better. Okay, now let's move on to the next item. Alright, so recently we actually added two repainted dinosaurs, okay, custom painted dinosaurs. This one was added about 2 weeks ago. It is the mechanical Arm Baryonyx, which looks fantastic. It was created by a very young artist. And this one, I just got this a couple of days back. It is basically an Ultimasaurus, which is a hybrid dinosaur that contains the DNA of a Triceratops and Carnotaurus. You can also find like the raptor's claw right here, so it definitely has the DNA of a raptor. The body reminds me of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, so I'm not too sure. It could be, but it actually has like 3 fingers, so maybe not a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So if you guys know what is the Ultimasaurus made up of, please let me know down below. Okay, next let's move on to the Imaginext figures. Okay, so I think it's Mattel as well. Mattel just released a couple of new Imaginext baby dinosaurs, and I think they look pretty good. So this is actually the new ones. We have actually done a very detailed review in our previous video, but let's have a look at this. This is the Indoraptor right here, and this one is actually the Gigar, which is quite surprising because it doesn't really look like a Gigar. It looks more like a Spinosaurus, but still adorable. Okay, we also have the Indominus Rex. What I like about this figures is that if you move the head, you can actually see the pupil. Yep, the eye actually following you, which is very, very awesome. And it seems to be glowing in the dark as well. Yeah, you know, the Indominus Rex seems to have like glowing eyes, which is very, very nice. This is basically the Dracorex. The eyes are not as nice as the Indominus Rex, but still a fantastic figure. And we also have a baby Dilophosaurus that was, also reviewed in our previous video. And right here we have the Pteranodon, which is pretty awesome as well. Now let's move on and let's open one of these eggs right here. This is actually a captive collection JP 30th anniversary egg. This is actually one of my older ones. Okay, so but let's see. Let's open one of this and see what we've got inside, because you guys actually love watching me open this, so let's do this. Right, let's pour the items out. Oh, we've got the Stegosaurus again. Yep, I just want to show you guys like these figures. And do you guys know that there is actually a new wave, the blue eggs? I'm hoping to receive them really soon, hopefully by next week. So have a look at this Stegosaurus Stampede. And you guys can see the killer rating is only 6 and intelligence is only 3. Alright, 5 meters in height, and weighs about 3,500 kilograms. Okay, so let's move on to the next item. Okay, next we are going to do a hatch and show, mini collection. Okay, so let's have a look at the mini figures inside, and let's just grab hold of one and see what we've got, and I'll show you guys one of the adult figures. Okay, so what do we have right here? A JP 30th anniversary Velociraptor. Okay, so I've actually brought a raptor to show you guys, so just give me a second. I think it's right over here. So this one has just been added to our collection a couple of days back, and I feel that this is actually a very nice one. It is a vintage JP figure. It comes with a few park workers figures. Let me show you guys quickly. Right, so this figure actually came along with 2 park workers as well as a containment. So you can see the park workers are really beautiful. They come with removable vests, so you can actually remove the vest right here. They come with different accessories, which is kind of great as well. Okay, now let's pick another one. How about this one right here? Right, what do we have? We have a green Spinosaurus. This is actually from the captive collection. It's one of my favorite figures because of the metallic green paint. So let's have a look at the Spinosaurus. I've actually brought this one, which is probably the best Spinosaurus figure from the entire Jurassic World line. The battle damaged Spinosaurus. You can actually remove this flap right here. I think you guys have seen this many times before, but it's still a very classic figure. So have a look at this, and there's a button right here, so you press it, the middle part, which is like the organs, will spin, and you can see the slime moving inside, which is very nice. Hopefully the slime doesn't dry out maybe like 10 years later. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, let's close this and let's move on to the next item. Alright, next let's have a look at this hatchling dinos. Let's see what is hidden inside. Alright, so we've got Bumpy D and Carnotaurus. So let's just pop in the head and let's have a look at there's no stats, but you can actually read some cool facts about it. Fused lizard, and Carnotaurus personality trait is not aggressive but easily agitated if approached. So that is a majority of the different herbivores. You do not want to agitate or approach them, making them feel threatened. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, now let's pick and choose another dino, shall we? Let's have a look. Just trying not to peep. How about this one? Carnotaurus. Alright, so for the Carnotaurus, I've actually brought one Carnotaurus which is not the epic attack battle chomping Carnotaurus. I've actually brought this one instead, which is the Sound Search Carnotaurus. We haven't seen this fella for quite some time, so pretty awesome figure, I must say. Just gonna put this one right here, and let's quickly pick and choose another one. Just dive deep into this egg and grab hold of one which is below. Indoraptor. Yep, this is the basic figure, a very mini figure of the Indoraptors. Of course, I have brought the latest one, which is the Epic Attack this is actually from the Gigantic Trackers, Dino Tracker series, which is known as the Track and Attack Indoraptor. Probably one of the most fun Indoraptor in the entire line, that's for sure. But in terms of the sculpt, it is not the best. The best sculpt has got to be the one with the very long arms and a lot of poses that can be made with the figure, which is known as the Super Posable Indoraptor. So you guys can see there's a mini earthquake right behind. Okay, just gonna pick up all the figures. Okay, now let's pick and choose another one. How about, let's just have a look at them. I want to pick a T-Rex because I want to show you guys the latest Hunt and Chomp Tyrannosaurus Rex. So what is this? Yeah, I like this one because this sculpt, this pose is actually way better than the previous one. So this is basically our latest Tyrannosaurus Rex. And speaking of latest Tyrannosaurus Rex, do you guys know that there is actually a Mattel Creations crowdfunding T-Rex that is a green colored version, but you know, we're not hitting the target, so I don't think we'll be getting it. But this is the Hunt and Chomp T-Rex, which is amazing. You can press this button and it will roar. We actually have the one which is already unboxed right at the back. I have two of them. Okay, I have two of them. Hopefully we can do a giveaway at the end of the year. I think that would be pretty cool on Instagram. Okay, so let's have a look. So this is the Hunt and Chomp Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it has double chomp. If you take a look at the mouth very closely, yep, you guys see that? It clamps down twice when you press the button once, which is kind of cool. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There you go, double chomp. Very nice, and I love the tracking gear that it has on its head, which is kind of similar to the Indoraptor, but with a slight difference. Yeah, the Indoraptor actually has like an antenna right here. Seems to be, you know, like a communication device, perhaps with, you know, the base. I'm not too sure what to call that. Okay, now let's move on to the next item. Let's pick one more. There's one more. Let's choose. Maybe let's go with the Indominus Rex. So the Indominus Rex, this one is actually a new figure, a new minifigure. Very nice. It's made of soft rubber. At the top, you can find like a very nice tint of metallic paint. You guys know I am a huge fan of metallic painted figures. And of course, I have brought the one and only, the best ever Indominus Rex figure. Yeah, what is it? The Camouflage and Battle Indominus Rex. Yep, I think this is really the best figure so far in 2023. What do you guys think? I think it is really the best one so far. I love how the colors look. Yeah, it's not like super dark behind, so you can't really see the colors well. But I mean, just check this out. You press this button, you can see the green lights glowing in his body in a wavy manner, and it can actually show like, you know, patterns in his body as well. So this is basically to tell you guys that, you know, the Indominus Rex has camouflaging abilities. If you guys have watched the very first Jurassic World movie, you should have seen that the Indominus Rex was camouflaging itself in the forest. It was amazing scene. Okay, next let's open perhaps this one right here. Let's have a look at this. Let's see what's inside. Right, let's get the items out. It is the Indominus Rex. Where's the tail? It's right behind. The Indominus Rex is perhaps one of the cutest one in the collection because of the very big red eyes. Yeah, it looks so cute and adorable. It doesn't look ferocious at all. Yep, and this is basically the Indominus Rex. Let's have a read. Personality trait is basically intense aggression, intelligent. Untamable king is the Indominus Rex. Okay, and this is basically the leaflet right here, Hatchling dinos, and you can find various dinosaurs in the checklist. You know, something weird about this set is that these two are actually classified as rare, but if you buy the entire incubator, you will get every single figure once, which means you will get the entire set. So I'm not too sure why they actually classify them as rare, because basically, you know, there is one of them in each entire set. So yep, I'm very positive because of that. Alright guys, so let's pick and choose again. Let's have a look at what's inside. Let's choose how about this one? The Dilophosaurus. So for the Dilophosaurus, this is actually from the captive collection Clash edition, but I brought one which is a new addition to our collection. This Dilophosaurus is actually very different. It doesn't have the hole for the venom, and if you take a look at the frill, it is made of very soft material. The arms are made of like rubber, so they are very soft and flexible. So the body is actually the same as majority of the Dilophosaurus, but the material used is actually very different. The colors as well. This color actually looks very nice to me. Okay, let's pick and choose another one. Let's see. How about Spinosaurus, I don't think we have another Spinosaurus, but this is actually a new Spinosaurus. It looks like the 2018 minifigure, but if you take a look at this, it is made of very soft rubber as well. The 2018 Spinosaurus was actually made of pretty hard material. They can't be bent like this. Okay, I'm trying to make this Dilophosaurus stand. You guys can see it doesn't really stand well. It keeps falling over. Yep, this is, you know, some of the figures have this little issue. Okay, not a big problem, but I don't really like it if the figures can stand. Okay, let's move on to the next one, Suchomimus. This is a new minifigure. You can see it has a very nice splash of paint. Oh my goodness, do not bend the jaw like this. It just looks really, really weird. Let's close it right back. So Suchomimus, which is known as the crocodile mimic. And I have brought one figure which is kind of old. Yeah, kind of old. Alright, this is probably released back in 2018 to 2019, you know, that period of time. Probably, yeah, I think so. So this is basically the Dura Attack Suchomimus. I love the Dura Attack figures. It has like playability, at the same time it doesn't need you to put in batteries, so they are fantastic. So Suchomimus, they are very closely related to the Spinosaurus. They are part of the Spinosauridae family. Majority of them look like crocodiles. Okay, next, let's just pick and choose one randomly. How about this one? And speaking of crocodiles, we have one which is known as the Sakusuchus. Just give me a second while I reach and grab hold of the Sakusuchus on the floor. Okay, I'm back with it. So this is basically a prehistoric crocodile, which is way bigger than, you know, the modern day crocodiles that you see. And you can see, let's do a very quick comparison. Suchomimus and Sakusuchus. If you take a look at the two of them together, without looking at the bodies, you can find, you will realize that they have a lot of similarities. Very long snout. This part is basically, very, very narrow, which is very similar to the Suchomimus. Alright, so from the head, you will actually think they are actually like, you know, similar. I can't remember what does the name for a Sakusuchus mean. If you guys know, you can let me know down below, okay? So, yep, let's just have a look at another one before we move on to another figure. How about, let's go with Concavenator. Yep, Concavenator, it's basically known as the Hunchback Hunter from Quencar. Kind of like a very long name. What I've brought is actually not the Concavenator, not the Dura Attack Concavenator that looks like this. I have brought the latest one, which is from the basic figure collection. Alright, Concavenator basic figure collection. Very cool figure. Now let's move on to the last egg right behind. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, let's see what's hidden inside. It's a Compy. Oh, nice. Because we haven't seen a Compy for a very, very long time, I must say. So let's just pop in the tail. I think it's gonna look really nice. Yep, this Compy is really nice. I haven't seen it for quite some time, at least for a month or so. So it's a nice, you know, nice to see you again, I guess. Compsognathus Carnage, and let's have a look at this. Killer rating of 3. Yes, they are very tiny little dinosaurs that is not able to cause much damage to you, I suppose, but they actually hunt in groups. So, you know, these little dinosaurs, they actually attack you together in a group, so that will actually be very, very dangerous. Alright, pick and choose. How about this one? Giganotosaurus. This, it's basically the Mattel minifigure, soft and rubbery and flexible. Very nice figure. I didn't bring the what do you call that? Strike and Raw. I didn't bring the Strike and Raw Giganotosaurus, but I've brought this one. But I can actually show you guys the Strike and Raw is actually right up there on my shelf, guys. It's right up there. So if you take a close look, I have some of the figures in the original packaging, and that's the Strike and Raw Giga right here. Yeah, you can't really see it because of the angle. And that's the Indominus Rex. And that is the T-Rex. So we do have some still kept in its boxes because, you know, I want to keep them, you know, in its original condition. I think that is actually very nice. Hopefully it can become like a, you know, a very kind of like cool collector's item in the future. Okay, so what I've brought is basically the Sound Search Giga, which I think is actually a very nice figure. The sculpt looks fantastic. You know, it doesn't rotate to a very awkward position like the Strike and Raw Giga, so this is actually very nice. So it comes with a button on top, but of course I'm not exactly a huge fan of electronic dinosaurs because you have to change the batteries, stuff like that. It can be quite troublesome and it can damage the figure if you forgot to replace the batteries, for example, after like 8 months or so. Yeah, they could corrode inside, it could damage the figure. Okay, next, Imaginext. Oh yes, Imaginext is one of the very old figures, I would say. We haven't seen this Soundstrike figure for a long time, at least a month or two. Okay, Soundstrike figures could be potentially the figures which I like the least because, you know, the sounds trigger very easily. If you listen to that roar, it actually sounds like the roar of or rather an Indominus Rex. Yep, that's right. Okay, now let's have a look at this one. What is this? Mechanical Arm Baryonyx right here, which was seen in Jurassic World Dominion. So there was a scene at the Malta black market where there were like, you know, merchants, there were like some villains and people who were like trading dinosaurs in the black market, and this could be seen. So this was actually created by you know, an artist. So she made this for me. So this actually, it was broken, you know, once when it just fell off and landed on the left arm. So I put it back with some super glue, and I think it's looking pretty good right now. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so now let's move on to another figure. Okay, how about let's pick and choose another one. How about the Atrociraptor? So this Atrociraptor, I think it could be red. I can't remember. I need to see the other four to tell you guys like what is the right name for this. I've brought the latest one, which is the green Atrociraptor. It's not one of the 4 raptors. It's not ghost, it's not panthera, it's not red, and it's not tiger. It's basically a generic Atrociraptor. The jaw you have to open and close on your own manually. It comes with a button. The button only moves the head up and down, which is kind of cute, but not exactly like super cool, I think. It's just adorable. Alright, let's pick up. Okay, I'm just trying to make this stand. Sometimes they just can't stand very well. Okay, let's pick and choose another one. How about this? Okay, Sietsmikorum, one of the very old carnivores from the series. This is basically the Mattel, the older figures. So you can see the newer figures, they have a soft and rubbery material. It's made up of a very soft and rubbery material, whereas the previous one is actually like very hard. You can't move the neck at all. You can see you can't move. Even the legs are kind of tough. For this, the neck can be moved, you know, the legs can be pressed easily. This one is like a way more tougher and it feels very rubbery. So Sietsmikorum, yes, we do have a Sietsmikorum. Just give me a second while I reach up to grab hold of it. Sietsmikorum Massive Biter. So have a look at this. You can see you can move the body by twisting the tail. The jaw can open and close. I mean, the button right here can open and close the jaw. Sietsmikorum, I can't remember the name. I mean, what does the name mean? I can't really remember. Yeah, I can't really remember. I beg your pardon. Okay, now let's move on to the next one, which is a Dimetrodon. Okay, Dimetrodon is not a dinosaur, that's for sure. It's a prehistoric sinus seed. And I brought one of the earlier ones. Yeah, this was the very first Dimetrodon from Mattel. It's the Savage Strike version. Oh dear, the mouth can move. It can, you can close it, but you can't open it anymore, which is kind of a pity. Oh, yeah, you can still do it, which is... sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so... Yep. Savage Strike Dimetrodon. I don't have a spare figure of this. You know, that is quite a pity because mine is already damaged. Next, Herrerasaurus, which is known as the Fire Teeth. I have brought this one to show you, the latest one. Okay, kind of nice. All right. Yeah, this is okay. This Herrerasaurus actually reminds me of a parrot. You know, like a macaw. You know, blue and yellow. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of a parrot in terms of the color scheme. This is from the captive collection as well. Okay, next, I think we have missed this one all. Allosaurus. Have I shown you guys the Allosaurus? I don't think so. I don't think I've shown you guys the Allosaurus. I could have brought the Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus, but I've actually brought this one instead, which is currently my most favorite Allosaurus figure, the Extreme Damage Allosaurus. Okay, this button right here, there's a bit of paint wear, which is kind of sad. So a lot of my figures are starting to get like paint wear, which is kind of very sad for me, because I love to see my figures in tip-top condition, that's for sure. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Let's see what else are left inside. Actually, there are more, because I still have quite a few figures on the floor. So what is this? Albertosaurus. Okay. We also have a Ceratosaurus, and the young Tyrannosaurus is actually right here. So we have 3 more, that's for sure. So I'm gonna put this 3 right over here. Let me reach out to grab hold of the young Tyrannosaurus. Young Tyrannosaurus, if I'm not wrong, it's from the Massive Action figure. So if you twist the tail, the body doesn't move, but if you twist the tail, I mean you press the button, the jaw will actually move. Yeah, I think it's supposed to move, but it doesn't move much right now. Perhaps it's like slightly damaged, but if you move the body, the tail swings much more. Okay, nice figure, that's for sure. And here is the Ceratosaurus. I don't think the sounds are working. Yeah, it's a Rorivore. I think we have changed the batteries multiple times, but we can't seem to save it. Yeah, so sometimes it is just that you know, the sounds are not working anymore. The other one, the last one, is basically the Albertosaurus. Okay, massive biter Albertosaurus. Alright, we have 2 more to go, guys. 2 more. Alright, we have 2 sound such Tyrannosaurus Rex. Check this out. Yep. So this one is actually from the Jurassic World Dominion edition, and this one, if I'm not wrong, is just like a basic Jurassic World Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, so let's see what other figures do we have. Maybe I'm gonna give you guys some updates. Okay. Oh yes, we have 1 more left, okay, which is the Herrerasaurus. I've totally forgotten about this, and check this out. So this is basically the last figure of the day, Herrerasaurus Strike Attack. It has a movable jaw, but you can only move it if, you know, manually. You can't press the button, it doesn't open automatically, that's for sure. Okay, beautiful Herrerasaurus. This is actually a new sculpt. Is this like the right way? Let's see. I think it should be the right way. This one doesn't align properly, which is weird. Maybe like this. I have no idea like what is the right way, because this one actually flows very well. Could it be this way? There's a possibility. Oh yes, I think this is the right. Oh dear. Probably this way. Yep, but the top part just doesn't flow very well. But you get the idea. So our last one is basically the Herrerasaurus, okay? What I'm going to do right now is to basically pack up every single thing. I'm going to show you guys where we are displaying our Ultimasaurus as well as our Baryonyx with mechanical arm. Alright guys, check this out. I've actually taken the Hunt and Chom tracking gear and placed it on the Indominus Rex, and I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks nice, although it's a little bit small, but I could potentially stretch it and tie it right at the bottom. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So if you see this on the thumbnail, which means I've actually taken a thumbnail with this picture, yeah.